Hi there and welcome to day 2 of my mental health Vlogmas. So today I thought I'd talk a little bit about anxiety as I felt a lot of anxiety about going back to work today. So I've been off work for 5 days for my birthday, which was fantastic, but sort of the anxiety of going back to work really hit me this morning. So as well as depression, I have also suffered from anxiety for a long time, and this can manifest in various situations, social situations mostly, going to new places, meeting new people, and that means that things like travelling can be really difficult and very stressful and overwhelming, and then I get worried about not reaching work deadlines, and I think this is where sort of the depression comes into play, because then I start feeling like I'm disappointing people and that generally I'm not feeling very good about myself, just not feeling good enough for the world really. So whilst these feelings are incredibly isolating, I know they want me to withdraw away from the world, but lots of people feel this way. It's incredibly common, unfortunately so, and even though I don't feel like it, I know I'm not alone in these feelings, and that's quite comforting. So a little bit talking about my anxiety about work today. So even though I felt very anxious and felt very low, I try not to let my anxiety or depression dictate what I can and can't do. So even though I know something's going to make me anxious or stressed or overwhelmed, 9 times out of 10 I do it anyway. But I've learned to put in place things that I know will help, so it makes everything a lot easier and doesn't make things so overwhelming and so scary. So for instance, today my husband, he dropped me off at work and picked me up, so I didn't have to worry about the travelling, didn't have to worry whether I was going to bike or whether I was going to walk or what the weather was doing. He just took away that stress for me. That was really helpful. Then in regards to the work that I needed to do today, so a lot of my work is very self-directed, which is brilliant in some respects because it's quite free, but at the same time I have to manage my own time quite efficiently, otherwise I will not meet deadlines, which to be honest actually is very unlikely. I always meet deadlines, but I always have an anxiety about not meeting them. But anyway, so before I went on annual leave, I made a big list of all the things that I knew I needed to do when I came back, and then today I've looked back at that list and sort of said, realistically, what can I actually get done today, and then put in place plans to do the rest at some point during this week, and any backup plans just in case something else happens and I have to change my priorities. So that's really helpful. We've taken down the work anxiety. Something that also, excuse me, really helped today was my noise cancelling headphones. Now these were a birthday present and Christmas present, and they are fantastic, and I'm really grateful for them. So even if I'm not sitting there listening to music, because music can sometimes be a little bit distracting, I can sort of put the noise cancelling function on, and it just cuts out that sort of ambient sound and almost puts me in this like little bubble, and it sort of helps cut me off from all the stress and worry, and then I can focus on one task at a time, and that greatly reduces my anxiety. So I'm really loving my new headphones, and I can see that they will be very useful in the future. So I'm going to wrap up this vlog for today. I've got lots more to say, but I'm going to sort of try and spread it out so these aren't too long. So my happy memory for today is that I felt very proud of myself. So I saw one of my line managers today, and I approached him and had a word with him and told him about my depression and how I was feeling and things that I was putting in place to sort of help myself. And he asked me whether being at work was okay, whether it was the best thing for me. And for me personally, staying at work is absolutely the best thing. Keeping to as normal routine as possible is very beneficial for me personally. Other people are different, but for me, sitting at home for various reasons wouldn't be the best thing for me, wouldn't be the most helpful. I think it would give me too much time to sort of almost wallow in the depression rather than fight it. Whereas if I keep to a normal routine, I'm not letting it consume me and take over my life. One thing I do realise though is when I'm sort of going through these depression periods or the anxiety driven periods, I allow myself a little bit of a grace period with my sort of work productivity. So I sort of almost like mentally say to myself, okay, you're going to have some difficult days, and some days you are not going to get much done at all, but you got up, you went to work, that was great, and you tried. Tomorrow's a new day. You can do more work tomorrow, or you can do the same amount or less. And I just sort of try and do my best, and if my best level of productivity is different on different days, then I just say to myself, well, I did my best for that day. And that's really comforting and really helpful with sort of the feelings of shame that I have to go off sick because I'm not as productive as I could be. But then again, if you think about it, if I'm there doing something, at least I'm more productive than if I was at home sick. So I'm not saying that going off sick isn't the right thing for some people, but for me, right now at this stage I'm in, it's not the best thing. Have in the past needed to take mental health days, and they've been really, really helpful. But today was one of those days where I acknowledged I needed to go and work, and I needed to work through this, and I did, and I was very proud of myself for getting through today. So thank you for listening, and hope to see you tomorrow. Bye!